Hello and welcome to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. Stu Rich and Mike Wood here to have a look at the card at Royal Randwick this weekend as we edge closer and closer to Christmas. And, well, summer racing is here, Mike. We got a taste of it last week. Santa was out there last Friday night, but it's all about summer racing now, mate. Yeah, the Villiers now, usually associate the endless summer with surfing, but Sydney racing definitely qualifies now. A long, long spring carnival, Canterbury Friday, like you say, onto the Villiers Saturday. And there's going to be the Gold Coast soon. Fantastic season. But we're not complaining, aren't we, Stu? We love it. Not at all, mate. And I'll tell you, one thing we have been doing on the show, especially a couple of weeks ago, we had a look at some of the X factors that we like to put into a bit of our form analysis. We're talking about forgiveness. We had take on trust, a few of these little terms that a lot of race goers seem to use, mate. And I've got one for you tonight, because it's going to come up a bit, I think. Gut feel in racing. How your gut's going to be this week, mate? I don't need any seconds over Christmas, mate, that's for sure. But yeah, gut feel. Sometimes you close your eyes and you just know the way the race is going to pan out, what position they're going to fall into. They'll love the tempo, they'll love the distance, they'll love the conditions. And sometimes your gut just tells you that, Stu. All right, we'll have to see how much we're going to rely on that, or all of the solid analysis is obviously coming your way. Of course. But we are at Randwick this weekend. The weather, it's going to be an interesting one here, Mike. There are some showers predicted. How's it going to go? Not interesting at all, mate. Perfect weather, just 1 or 2 mils. It won't affect the track. It's a massive track at Randwick. The rail's true, the conditions will be good, and the bias will be fair, and we can bet up, Stu. All right, so there's some confidence. OK, we've obviously got the Villiers headlining everything this weekend, but we've got to look at 5 big races, Mike. That's going to be one of them. What else have we got on the card? Yeah, 2 highways to start the day. You could be in a world of pain if you bet hard on those first 2. They're very hard. Race 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, including the 2 features. But our best bet is in race 9. OK, so we'll wait late for that, but it is a big 10-race card at Randwick this weekend. So let's have a look at the first one we're delving into, which is race number 4. It is the Christmas Cup over 2,400 metres at listed level, and accountability well supported, $4 into $2.80. Running on well last week behind significance over 2,000 metres. Stockman on the second line at $4.20. Gee, this horse just takes a long time to wind up, but he did that last week, charging late. Last weekend away with Windermere at Rose Hill, 2,400 metres its last start. We've got He Runs Away, $7, win of 4 of its last 6, beating Windermere and Stockman to 2,400 metres at Rose Hill, its last start. Significance there, $8, held on at Rose Hill last week. Perfect deal, interesting runner, $8.50, the Dundee Mare on the up. Really good late at Doomben. And Sweet Thomas, who just wants to run all day at $11, Mike. But accountability, we're getting used to a few of these horses there. Some of them are racing well. And who said Australian staying races do not have blue blood? We've got a son of Frankel against a son of Dubawi. That is absolute blue blood, Stu. Significance on pace. He's improved so much, stepping from 1,600 metres to 2,000. Will he improve again up to 2,400 metres? I'm not sure. His breeding says maybe, but he was good this day. But he does have a weight turnaround against him, against accountability, who looks like a real staying type. Well, is such a great trainer, and he did surge late here, Stu, didn't he? Yeah, well, that's what we're looking at. And significance, Mike, obviously it was on top for the ratings last week, or was that one for gut feel? No, that was ratings, dry track, Rose Hill, but yeah. Bit of gut feel too. All right, let's have a look at Perfect Deal here. We are talking about the Dundee Mare, and this horse coming down from Queensland and creating a nice impression as well, Mike. It's won 3 out of its last 4 races, and it's been doing it in style. Yeah, from the big, strong, robust European staying bloodlines to the scrappy, strong New Zealand bloodlines. Done deal by our Kitty, who was a very, very strong staying mare over in New Zealand. She was held up for 200 metres. She was heavily, heavily back this day. And once she gets out, she monsters that line. Wow, love the way that horse finished there. Could have won by 9. All right, and what was over that? 2,000 metres? 2,024 looks fine. All right, stepping up in trip. That's what we hope the key factors can help us with as we have a look here. Race number 4. Let's light up all the gold here, Mike, for the form. Accountability and Stockman, they've been racing well. Yeah, both very good, both very well placed at the weights as well, importantly, in Perfect Deal. Just a tiny bit behind, but has upside. OK, so the 2 favourites out in front here, Mike, and track distance conditions, we're hoping for that fair track, as you said. Yeah, proper 2,400 metre types. Importantly, accountability and Perfect Deal haven't been there before, and they should love it. Stockman's already been there, so we may have seen at the top of him already. OK, so accountability on top by a length from Stockman and Perfect Deal there, Mike. Speed map 2,400. Not going to play it? No. You're just going to race straight through this one. You love these staying races. What about progression? Interesting time of year, summer. Oh, yeah, I think Waller can keep improving accountability deep into his prep, so maybe I'm being a bit harsh on him, but Perfect Deal is definitely progressive.
she's only had a few starts.
Yeah, love the way it won there. So perfect deal, levelled up to the favourite. Accountability there. They've just edged clear of Stockman and then a little bit of a gap to the rest. So we're looking at a few key runners here, one at pretty good value. Let's have a look, Mike. Bringing in all the ratings here. Race number 4. The highways have been run and won already. So let's try and get a nice return early in the day. Accountability on top as we saw, but look, it is $2.80. It's been well supported. Looks as though you found a bit of value here.
This is a great race. I mean, I love staying races and I love progressive stays, and Accountability, perfect deal, and Stockman will all be monstering the line. I can't wait for the race. But if you're going to bet early, there's only one way to play it. The Kiwi breeding, the Queenslander, perfect deal. $8.50 looks big overs for me.
All right, $8.50 to start the day. Christmas Cup there. Race number 4 for us, which takes us to race number 6. First leg of the quaddie, 1,200 metres, benchmark 88 under handicap conditions. And a nice race here with Talier, $2.50 resuming. The Shooting the Wind mare has won 4 of her 5 starts, so it is a horse that knows how to win. Snap Dancer on the second line, well supported, $8 into 5. Lightly raced Choisir, 4-year-old mare for the Mar Eustace team. Stuck wide fresh at Ballarat, but still towed them up. We've got 3 $5.50, a huge return win when stuck right at Rose Hill. Obviously a second up winner and out in trip here will suit. Intrepidatious, $8.50 will go forward from the inside draw here and out to Starla at $12, which has a few flags in the form guide. Unlucky last start, but Talier, Mike, $2.50. This market says it's good. How good is it?
It's good. If there's one thing that makes my gut tingle, it's a strong horse, Stu. If you see a horse monster the line and want to win, you know you can back it next up. The question is with this mare is she too short in the market? This is the end of last preparation. She was good over 1,100 metres, but boy, she was better over 1,200 metres. She led, she took off a mile from home, and she absolutely destroyed them. This preparation, one trial, 1,200 metres first up, I think she'll be fine.
Yeah, wow. That, you're just looking at a replay like that, just hands and heels to the line, it just jogged it.
Just looks like a group horse in the making.
All right, well, $2.50, as you said, it is the query. And what about this run? First up, 3 We missed it this day, but I don't think the punters will be missing it on Saturday.
Well, Paul Joyce said you got to follow your gut when he looked at the trials of this horse and he backed it first up, and good on him. It won at massive odds, 3 wide, no cover the whole way. It was a strong tempo, so getting back was the right place to be. But you've got to love how strong she was over a distance that was probably too short for us, Stu.
Well, of course, those with gut feel would have followed it too, mate, because it's had a few wins last preparation and some of those punters would have just loved it.
Very honest and each way odds again.
All right, let's see where we're going to go here in race number 6, looking at all the key factors to help us find the winner as we run our little mini race here. And for the form, Mike, well, we just saw 2 pretty good wins.
Yeah, there was some bias at Moonee Valley that day, so it was a hard run to rate. So we'll put them equal top, Talier and 3
Bias at Moonee Valley. I've never heard it. Let's get right into this race. Track distance and conditions.
Why did they go to 14 with Missteed last start? They didn't make the same mistake this time.
But it gets the gold for us, okay? So it's right there, a length behind these favourites, and, well, plenty of these on the speed map. Why is that?
Well, just okay, just negatives for Annis and Missteed and Helga. Helga actually ran okay first up, but the barrier's a big negative.
Okay, so a lot of gold here. 3 Intrepidatious, Talier, they're on top, but a couple of these have still got progression as we head towards Christmas.
Yeah, first up, Talier can improve from last prep. In between preparations, she can improve. Snap down to second up. 3 second up, and Helga second up as well.
Okay, we gave you a bit of insight. We saw those 2 replays, Talier and 3 They are the 2 on top. Snap Dancer up from Melbourne right there, Intrepidatious right there. So that's telling me that all the favourites are right in this race, Mike. Edge. I don't think we'll be going too far outside of the market. So let's have a look to see which way we might play. I mean, look, $2.50. We know there's going to be a lot of support for this horse. Well, it already has Talier. 3 a great run. Where is the value here, Mike?
Well, I think maybe out of the top 4, you can probably see from the screen what they are. Snap Dancer, look, it was a slow tempo first up, and she can be a bit peaky, so I'm just a little bit against her. And Talier, look, maybe back her late if she parades. Well, maybe covering her late, but 3 running on from midfield and Intrepidatious on pace with a big drop in weight. They're the 2 for us.
Okay, so 3 there in race number 6 with Intrepidatious, the value as well. There's 2 races on Villiers Day. We have that race and a few others coming your way after the break. Welcome back to Key Factors. We are deep in the meeting at Royal Randwick this weekend on Villiers Day. And the next race we have race number 7, 1,200 metres, the razor sharp handicap at listed levels. So some great racing this weekend. Plenty of these coming through the Starlight a fortnight ago, but it is a theory on the top line of betting. $3.90, dual winner here over the spring. Freshened off her run in the Navision, and we know Rachel King rides this horse so well. Snitz there, $4.20, held up when resuming, when it was well backed as well, into $3.30. At Rose Hill behind Space Boy, but then a big win over Grey Worm here, second up in the autumn. We've got Southern Lad, $6 resuming, ran on in its trial. It's a horse that split Classique Legend and Snitz here back in June. Space Boy, $7, in and up, $8.50. More Starlight form. Is that horse looking to peak here and out to Passage of Time at $10? But a theory, Mike, it is favourite here over Snitz. Not too much between them though, and a few different form lines to look at.
Interesting race, a theory from Mares Grade. Snitz, what did he do first up? Let's have a look. He was well supported, especially in the last couple of minutes. Big confidence, and he was travelling well until he got held up and tightened about 200 metres out and went back to the inside in that last 150 metres, 200 metres. Do we forgive him? So you can tell me. So an Easy Eddie, 3 wide, no cover on pace, wasn't terrible. Space Boy just got pip at 1200s of risk. In and up, not bad. And Passage of Time was held up. Gets to the outside now in the black and runs on okay, Stu.
Yeah, okay. You've asked me. I'm not going to forgive here, Mike. I've had a while to think about it. I don't know. It didn't do it for me.
Yeah, and if Nash can't get you to run to the line the last 100 metres, no one can they?
And what are we going to do with all that form? That's what I'm keen to see later.
Tricky.
I'll tell you some form that we can look at, and that is the form from the Hunter. So we're looking at Tactical Advantage and, of course, Brave Song here, Mike, that got a fair way back this day.
Yeah, Brave Song way too far back for a horse with a short sprint. Tactical Advantage sometimes improves into his prep, but he did have the bias in his favour this day. Looking at Brave Song in the red at the back, not a great ride.
Was it even concentrating?
No, for 200 metres he wanted to go outside, he wanted to go inside. He finally makes his mind up with 125 to go. He's off heel, 75. And I don't mind the last little bit from Brave Song there, Stu.
Okay, all right, yeah, Tactical Advantage, a horse that I can just never catch either, but we've got to have a look at that replay.
Possible.
That was some pretty good form. Let's have a look now to see where we're going here with all the key factors. Who has got the gold here for form?
Space Boy leads, and I guess he beat the rest of them home in that last race, so light him up.
Okay, yep, well, there is the form from the Starlight, of course. And let's see, with track distance and conditions, who can make up the ground?
He will lead, and he will get monstered late, just like that bar graph
So they've all got gold except Space Boy. That's a great way to actually look at the key factors.
It's pretty simple.
All right, speed map.
Speed map, pretty simple again. Rachel King's in a world of pain from out wide on a theory. I don't know where she gets in and up, and Intuition back in tricky spots.
Yeah, that's a good point you make there with a theory, but let's see if that horse can make up some ground with Progression, because we know she's smart.
Yeah, Progression. Snitz can improve second up. Passage of Time. Easy Eddie. A theory's off a bit of a break, so not sure she'll improve. All
right, Space Boy on top, manages to hold on with Passage of Time there, and they are absolutely lining up for second.
I have got no idea how the tab put a market up for this race. Impossible.
A whole host of them there, including a theory who was 2 lengths behind. So you're saying it just might get into a very tricky spot.
100%. Position and run's a big knock from us.
All right, let's have a look now to see where we're going to play here with all the ratings, because that was a theory. It is a favourite. It's a couple of lengths behind, and you can throw an absolute beach towel over all these, Mike. Space Boy up the top, all the way down to Brave Song at $31. Where are we going?
We are following our gut, Stu. The market should not have any shape to it. It should pretty much be even across the board. Any of these horses can win. A theory can win, Intuition can win. Of course they can win. And my gut says this is the race for Brave Song. He's got a short, sharp sprint, barrier 1, dry track 1,200 metres. He just needs a luck at the right time, but he'll dash through. He'll be right in the finish, I think.
All right, the most open race of the day by the sounds of it. Just go with your gut feel and back Brave Song.
Why do we bother with the analysis then? I don't know.
Well, we skipped through it. Let's have a look now at the Villiers. Of course, it's the feature of the day. Over the mile, Group 2 level. What a track, what a distance this is at Randwick to look at. But it's through the cracks on top of the betting. $5 favourite, way too far back in the festival behind Outrageous and ran on late outride. We've got Creadiris on the second line, $5.50. It's obviously a very tough ask in the Golden Eagle when blowing the start in the wet, freshened and obviously back to the dry. Outrageous there, we know that horse is in good form at $7. Royal Celebration, wasn't that a big run too in the festival when it was stuck wide? Reloaded, $9.50. A long time since its last win, Anzac Day 2019, but it did run on strongly in the gong. Graceful Glamour, what a win that was. It's $10. And of course, Face Toss did nothing wrong there behind Outrageous. So a lot of form here in the festival, Mike.
Yeah, and there's some good runs in the lead up we're looking at here. And the festival, Outrageous, outside the leader. It was only a steady tempo this day, so very hard for the back markers, but he still kicked on and won. Royal Celebration, so brave. It's the second time he's been 3 wide, no cover over 1,500 metres. He's fought on both times. He's 1 from 1 at the mile. Faestos out-sprinted, but the last 200 metres was good. Sambro first up, very strong late.
Nice run.
And through the cracks, he was heavily backed. He had absolutely no chance from that far back. Rapid sectionals to finish out wide.
Okay, so we're having a look at a race like this, which has obviously got a lot of bearing. Are we looking for the best run here?
And there are 5 good runs, and I cannot help you, Stuart.
All right, so we haven't split them there, but maybe the odds have helped us. Let's have a look now at the gong, reloaded, best of days. Al Mahaha in here, Mike, and we'll reload it. It was big odds, it always is, and it was big odds this day as well.
Yeah, it was well ridden, I guess, and it was on the inside, and I just don't know what to make it. It was an okay run, but it's just an okay horse, and it's had a few chances as preparation, but I guess this is easier. The one you've got to note here is Al Mahaha in the video comments on the race guide. 5 wide, no cover, into the breeze down the back. He fights on pretty well out wide along some pretty good horses like Bottega, but this was only a steady mile. He's never really faced a Randwick mile when the tempo's up, though.
Okay, interesting. And best of days, of course, has drawn wide its last few starts as well, so it draws inside.
Map's a lot better on Saturday, definitely.
All right, well, maybe the key factors can help us have a look at that as we dissect this race. It is a feature of the day, the Villiers over the mile at Randwick, and we've got Through the Cracks and Royal Celebration for reasons we've just seen.
Yeah, you just can't look at the numbers. You've got to look at the runs, the quality of the runs. Royal Celebration, 3 wide, no cover, and Through the Cracks way back with the best for us.
Okay, so there is all that festival form coming to the fore here. Track, distance and conditions. This mile at Randwick. What horses love it?
Well, James Cummings knows that Cryoderis will eat it up. Royal Celebration, I think he's really strong over the mile, and Faestos needs extra distance. Through the Cracks, I think it will be a positive, but I'm not 110% sure.
Okay, all right, interesting. So Royal Celebration is out on top of the favourite Through the Cracks here, Mike. And, well, the speed map, a big field. What are we going to do here?
Yeah, we're just showing some risky ones. Cryoderis back and wide, Faestos back and wide, Berterbeck back and wide, and Royal Celebration on the map. Geez, he might be 3 wide, no cover against you.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got a few that are a bit of a risk there, getting back and wide, but Through the Cracks on top still with Royal Celebration, Mike. And, well, progression, I mean, there's a few of these that obviously had the Villiers in mind the whole time, but, yeah, that preparation for Cryoderis.
Well,
wow.
If he had a better, yeah, who knows after a freshen, but if he had a better winning strike rate, he'd be a bet, Sambro, wouldn't he? He held Through the Cracks late there, I think. And he just doesn't go first up. He's got an inside barrier and second up record, much better.
You'd be a brave man to tip it, but it was a great run. Sambro there on top with Royal Celebration and Through the Cracks. Outrageous, not far away. Graceful Glamour, not far away. So a pretty open Villiers, as you would expect.
Good race.
Let's have a look to see where we're going to go here in the Villiers, because I know there's a lot of punters out there that are looking for an extra kick at this time, Mike. And we'll look Through the Cracks favourite. It's been right there throughout all the ratings, and we're only going a length back here to Outrageous. So much good form, and, well, there's Cryoderis, 550, but it's got ground to make up.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's a really open race, and I definitely won't be having big bets in the race. You can make a case for Faestos Reloaded. Fun Fact's probably a bit kind of the ratings there. He probably can't win. Al Mahaha, I almost tipped him, but just the mile worried me a bit. Look, Royal Celebration, 3 wide, no cover. When he won at the mile, it was on a wet track, and I think he prefers dry. He could surprise if you're at his home track on Saturday. All
right, nice tough horse there. Royal Celebration for us in the Villiers, which takes us to race number 9, another race over the mile. Benchmark 88. Handicap for us to finish, and that horse, Spirit Ridge, $6 into $4. Freshened off his good fresh run at Newcastle over the mile when giving the winner a lot of weight that day. Mark Newnham, interestingly here, sticking at the mile with Spirit Ridge. New arrangement on the second line, $4.60. Stuck wide second up, looking to peak here over the mile. We've got Regal Stage, $5.50. The Snake Gully Cup to the Mudgee Cup. He's the Country Cup's king, this horse at the moment. Matawi, $7. 4 of his 6 wins have come over the mile, so we know this horse will just eat up this trip, including his latest on the Gong Day. And out to Kerwin's Lane at 11, back from 2,000 metres when he also ran on at Kembla. But Spirit Ridge, Mike, a nice horse. Mark Newnham, how much trust are we going to put in him to keep this horse at the mile?
Well, yeah, good question. I think he's freshened him up, so he's obviously targeted this race. Look, last preparation had 1 run, decent win, midweek level. This is Saturday level, but I'm not sure it was the strongest benchmark. 78 Super's been beaten since, and everything fell into place. 1 out, 1 back. The tempo was nice and easy until the turn, and he got out at the right time. He's always strong to the line. He's a big striding type that needs things to go his way, I think, staying to the mile, but he's in the mix.
Okay, so we're talking a nice big Newcastle track here this day. We're talking a big field, so Randwick, so he might get a few similar conditions.
He maps to be in the same spot, but you just don't know until the day, do you, Stu? So maybe a bit skinny in the market, but he does find the line.
Okay, yeah, an interesting horse to assess. And, Well, you've plucked this one out, mate. Eagle
Random
Farm.
replay time.
We are going to the 1st of August. Mushareb, Mike. Now, this horse has appeared in a few tips on this show over the last 12 months.
No, I don't think you're being unfair, mate. I think I might have tipped him once, and did he win? I can't remember. But look, this horse, first up, I don't know what they were doing in the Hawkesbury Gold Cup. First up, mile, stuck on okay midfield. Next race in the Festival Stakes, he was 3 back the rails off a steady tempo, which just doesn't suit him, and he's stuck on the last 100 metres. This is him, 3rd up last preparation. In a similar position you'll get on Saturday. This horse sticks. Pelothronius was flying that day. I think he'll be right in the finish on Saturday.
Yeah, he's definitely not losing any ground at the finish there up in Queensland. All right, last race for us of the day, Mike. Hope we've already found a few winners. Let's have a look now where all the form is for us in race number 9. And we've got 4 across the board here.
Spirit Ridge, good, but new arrangement was checked and wide last start. Regal Stage is flying, and Matawi won last start too. OK, this is where key factors have to help us here, Mike, because we've got to split these 4, track distance and conditions. Well, we didn't like Matawi away from Randwick, so we've got to give him a plus. Back to Randwick. Mushareb, a more testing mile is a big tick for us, and Primitivo will be running on late. Oh,
Matawi, another horse we just can't catch here. It is out in front. What about the speed map?
I don't think he'll win because of the speed map. Matawi, he's going to have to make a long searching run, which doesn't suit him. Soldier of Love, tricky barrier as well, and Primitivo should be way back for a pipe opener before the Magic Millions. OK, but it does suit a few there, including New Arrangement, who is 1 length out in front from Spirit Ridge and a few of the other favourites here. And, well, progression, Mike, it's been a pretty key one throughout the night. I think this is the key factor for this race. Spirit Ridge improving into the preparation, New Arrangement for Waller improving, and Mushareb improving for the Freedman stable. I think the winner's out of those 3. Yeah, all right, and that's up to this time of year, isn't it, to really use your gut to see which of these horses are going to progress. No, that was data. Because you do have a lot of these horses obviously coming out of the Spring Carnival. You've got a lot of horses coming back for the summer, and that's what that's trying to say to us, isn't it? 100%. Regal Stage has had 2 tough runs. Matawi's had a long preparation. The other ones haven't. All right, well, let's see where we're going to go for a bet here in race number 9 at Royal Randwick this weekend. Seen a few replays, a nice random replay in there from you, which is always good to see. Now, New Arrangement on top. That horse did nothing wrong throughout the key factors. Spirit Ridge has already been well supported. And there's your old mate Mushy right there. Yep, and we know the way the race is going to play out. Regal Stage will roll to the lead and keep rolling, and Mushy will follow him across, get into the box seat, get out of the right time, and he will just stick on. There's a few horses in the mix. It'll be a close finish. But Mushareb for us, $17 for a horse that fights so hard. A big each-way play in race 9. All right, we love a horse that fights here on key factors, and Mushareb to wrap it up in race number 9. Well, there's a look at the card from us. Plenty more coming after the break, including our $100 hot seat. Here she comes, welcome back to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au, where we have just had a big look at, well, it's only 5 races on Villiers Day this weekend at Randwick, which means there are 5 more races that you need to sink your teeth into, Mike. All the form, all the analysis has got to be done this weekend. 10 races for punters. What a fill-up this could be. Yeah, maybe hold fire. Really tricky races to start the day. Tickler first up, and Progressive can win at 5.50. Pinnacle Prince, tick again. Progressive first up. The Face, also Progressive first up at 4.40. They can all win. Progressive types. Perfect deal. Progressive stay at 8.50. One Factor Show. Ashima, I like the trials against a horse that's already fit. 3-Ood to topple the favourite running on late. Brave Song, the gut feel horse of the day. Weaving up the inside. Royal Celebration, tough near pace. Mushareb, each way play of the day. And Knight of Power was good first up. Can win second up. All right, look at that spread. $4.40 out to $31. So you found a few there. And is he a nonny though, Brave Song? Is he a nonny? Oh, hasn't won for a while. We can say that. Yes. All right. We'll find $100 hot seat time. Let's have a look here, Mike, because we need this profit just to rise, but we are in the profit. We've had a good couple of weeks, so we're not negative anymore, which is good. Perfect deal. $10 at $8.50. Then the couple of big each way plays start with Brave Song. If he isn't on here, please come second. 15 each way at 31 by 7 is good for us. Royal Celebration, 10 win only. And Mushareb, the each way player today. Give it strength, Tommy Sherry. Box seat, please, and stick on late. Geez, you've had a go. 25 each way at 17. Sometimes you've just got to follow your gut. Oh, we've done that a few times tonight. And, of course, we did our bit for charity, handing over the cheque last week to the Bondi to Berry. So, look, we've got a couple of weeks off the charity. We'll pick a new one up in the new year. So, please get in contact with us with any new ideas you think you may have. Obviously, Mike over here on Twitter is still going to be doing the Sunday side bet for charity. So, there's still charity. Yeah, if you want to donate to charity or win a case of beer on a Sunday, tune in at my Twitter page at TRG Mike Wood. Free beer. What can go wrong?
Oh, plenty. That's it from us. Key factors. Have a great day out at the Villiers this weekend. It's going to be a great day out there. Christmas and summer racing. Enjoy.
Have a great weekend.
Trees spin around and they cross the floor.